Hello guys, today we will see the poem The Ant and the Cricket. A fable is a story often with animals as character that conveys a moral. This poem about an ant and a cricket contain an idea of far-reaching significance which is as true as a four-legged cricket as of the two-legged one. Surely you have been a cricket that has two legs. What is a fable? Fable is the story has animals or animal character talking as human. So here, the poem is written by that is a fable form of poetry by Aesop, and this poem is a story of a desperate and silly cricket and a miserly ant, and the cricket would sing during the months of summer and spring. He never stored food for the winters, and in the winter season he find that there is no food to eat at home. He was starving, and thus he went to the ant and he requested that the ant to lend him some food and shelter. So the ant refused to help him and told him to pass the winter also dancing. After saying this, the ant threw the cricket out of the house. So let's see the poem. A silly young cricket accustomed to sing through the warm sunny month of gay summer and spring began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. First see the rhyming scheme of the lines. To sing and spring is A, at home and was come is B, and that is repetition. Accustomed to sing, see here, figure of speech is personification. Summer and spring is imagery, or we can say imagery, and the home come is repetition. So here, this poem is a work of a famous Greek poet Aesop, and the two characters of the poem are cricket and ant. And there was a young cricket who used to sing and dance during the summers and springs, and he was happy and enjoying but was silly. And during the summer and spring, there is a greenery everywhere, so ample of food and water are available, so one does not need to store any of these. So the cricket was busy enjoying, and did not store any food for the winter, and the winter ground is covered with snow and no flower. Here his cupboard was empty just because there is no need to store any food. One does not need to store any of these because there is ample food and water are available. So these are empty, and the winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. So the rhyming scheme in the above lines is to be found and ground is CC. He see on a tree is DD. So here, in winter, ground is covered with snow, and no flower or green could be seen here, and not even a crumb he found to eat because there is no. And here the cricket passed the time singing and dancing, and soon the winter season came and he was in trouble as there was not even a crumb in his house to eat, and due to winter he could not find any food outside also. He could thus eat nothing and was starving. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me, at last by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold? Away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant. So here, see the rhyming scheme made bold and with cold is EE, ant and grant is FF. So here, what he said. He somehow gathered some courage to ask that he could eat nothing and was starving, and he somehow gathered some courage and went to ant asking for help, that due to starvation, chilling cold and rains, the cricket got wet and shivering. So here, to keep him alive he would grant if he gave something to eat and shelter. So him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain, and he wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. Now he requested the ant to give him some food and shelter in his house, else he will die of hunger, sorrow, and chilling cold, and he also promised him to repay it. So here the rhyming scheme of the above line is from rain of grain is G G, borrow and tomorrow is H H. Here this line also, if not he must die of starvation and sorrow, borrow tomorrow sorrow, this is H H H. So he must die of starvation because he has not having anything to eat, and he is requested to ants to borrow some money to give some food, to give some food and shelter to keep him alive. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. See the rhyming scheme of the lines. I am your servant and friend, we ants never lend. So here these are I. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by? But when the weather was warm, quit the cricket, not I. So here nothing by. Dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? So here what ant reply? The ant told the cricket that he thinks itself to be his servant as well as a friend, but the ant also do not borrow, nor do they lend to anyone. And he also asked the cricket that why did he not gather and store food during the spring and summer? Why you not done anything, not store the food in summer season, spring and summer? Then the cricket asked, he did not care much about the future and was busy enjoying the pleasant weather, and he thought that the food and water will always be abundant. So here my heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. The rhyming scheme is so light, night is LL, looked gay, you say is MM. The cricket said that he did not care much about the future and was busy enjoying the pleasant weather, and he thought that the food and water will always be abundant, while the cricket was very busy enjoying and the ant was storing food for the winter season. And the ant, thus annoyed, told him that he should pass the winter also in singing and dancing. Go then, says the ant, the dance the winter away. Means go. Thus the ant, annoyed, told him that he should pass the winter also as singing and dancing. The ant thus quickly put the conversation to an end and pushed him out of the house. Thus ending, the hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call a fable, I will warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. So here the ant thus quickly put the conversation to an end and pushed him out of the house. And as the end, out of the house turned the poor little cricket, and Fox called the fable. In the end, the poet concludes by saying that he thinks that this fable is quite true, as there are many human beings who do not care about the future. They thus repent when the time is gone. And what the story teaches us? The story teaches us that we shall not behave like cricket, and we shall always prepare for the future, so that in difficult times we do not have to beg to others for help. And it also teaches us that we shall also be helpful to others, unlike the ant. Okay, hope you guys like the poem. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Bye.